Good evening to all, to those who are listening or viewing via social media and other forms of media. Good evening to my colleagues here in the forum. My name is Wycliffe Smith, and I just want to say that I came to St. Martin in the 60s and eventually made St. Martin my home. Lino Hughes, in his song, St. Martin is my home, and I'll do anything to make it known. And I want to say that I will do anything to make St. Martin a better place for me, as well as for all of us who live here and who love this country. People from all over the world come to St. Martin, and they feel at home here. And that's what St. Martin is. It's home for us all. St. Martin has been good to me, gave me the opportunity to grow, to develop in various fields. I had the opportunity to be part of the transition from Dutch as language of instruction in our schools to English as language of instruction in most of our schools. I had the opportunity to help build the University of St. Martin as being its first local director and then president. I also had the opportunity to be the first local pastor of one of the oldest evangelical churches here on St. Martin. And here on St. Martin is also where I started my creative writing career. St. Martin indeed has afforded me many opportunities to build myself, and therefore, out of gratitude, I feel that I need to give back to this country. And so after I retired, I felt that I should give my knowledge, my experience, my time to help make St. Martin a better place. And as pastor, I would gather my fellow pastors together to pray for the country. But I believe that prayer isn't all. You have to also put action to prayer. And that is the reason why after I retired as a pastor, I offered my experience and skills to help build St. Martin. And I'm grateful to the 580 voters who put their trust in me and to the 1,186 voters who put their trust in the St. Martin Christian Party. The party's motto is serving you for a change. And our objective is very simple and very plain. It's based on good governance, based on Christian principles of honesty, integrity, accountability, etc. And so we're actually here to work for St. Martin. The platform that we're offering is not a platform of only physical structures and pies in the sky, but it's one where we will offer our services and work. What we will do, like Churchill said, we offer...
Sorry, Mr. Smith, your
Yes.
time is up. Thank you very much.
Good evening. Happy New Year. My name is Gracita Arundel, leader of the PPA. A new year that promises to be the start of one of the best new years and a great decade forward. A proactive new parliament that is accountable to the people of St. Martin. Fellow citizens, St. Martin's politics the past decade excelled mostly in a game of divide and rule. Result? 3 snap elections in the last 3 years and 9 governments. If you can't convince them, then confuse and demoralize the electorate. Clearly, the lack of continuity and stability has its negative effect on investments. Frequently switching government coalitions puts a hold on investors' confidence and demoralizes our voters. 2020 forward is a great opportunity to set the boundaries now that would guarantee a better future for our children. The People's Progressive Alliance Party's focus is moving our island forward and our people forward. Our citizens deserve respect here and abroad. For too long, we have been unwilling witnesses to the dramas unfolding in Parliament while our country slowly pulled itself out of the debris of Hurricane Irma. Make no mistake, St. Martin is still layered with debris and wrecks all over, human and as well as materialistic wrecks. Unacceptable. We can move forward to do so. We must first heal from within. It is time. Today, we are here in this debate, and one of the biggest issues that we are confronted with as political leaders is trust. Trust has become meaningless in a world of politics. We can break this cycle of political madness on January 9th, 2020. Being a member of parliament was never intended to be a gravy train for those who have full-time jobs elsewhere. It is stealing from the people. In the meantime, our island had almost grinded to a halt. We have moved slower than a snail with one leg. We do not have all the solutions as PPA party to all the problems that we face, but we can guarantee the people of St. Martin that it is time now to give our young people, our elderly, our local and foreign investors a viable path of success lasting at least 10 years and beyond. Strength, integrity, administrative skills, and simple work ethic have been missing for far too long in running our people's affairs. In closing, I would like to share with you one small item that symbolizes everything. There's a particular wall we really want to fix, a wall that is actually symbolic of a lot that is broken in St. Martin.
Your time is up.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good evening to my fellow panel here this evening. I want to say a warm welcome to my lovely wife and my kids who are here tonight. St. Martin is at another crossroad on another election. This is almost the 8th and 9th election since 10-10-10. It is not right what has happened to this country. We believe that the people and the people who are being elected needs to be more mature in dealing with the people's business. As USP, we have always stand strong and firm that people must always come first. I sit here tonight and I look and I wonder, are we going to go through this within the next year, year and a half? This country can't afford another election. We believe that the USP party will bring stability, will bring confidence to the people, and continue to put people's first. But I believe in moving forward in the next years to come, that on this panel, we should be talking about the future Prime Minister being elected in an independent St. Martin. It cannot continue that we are here electing members of parliament that has limited powers to take serious decisions for this country moving forward. When we look at what we went through after Hurricane Irma, it cannot happen again. I believe the future of St. Martin must be taken in a different direction, a direction that the people makes the decisions moving forward, not others on the outside. We believe that USP is a strong political party that just got 5 years in existence, but has always made serious contribution to moving the young, the middle, and old in this community forward. So tonight, I look forward in hearing how all of us here intends to bring stability to this country moving forward. Stability that the people are crying and asking for. Stability that our people would see this country being in the hands of our people, not in others. So tonight, I want to thank you for inviting us as a political party here, and I look forward in a live and healthy debate tonight. I thank you.
Beats Craze.
We are midweek and no cruise ships are in our port.
Where we take St. Martin further into what the cruise industry can offer us as a destination.
The government of St. Martin signed the MOU with Airbnb. Vote for me, Stuart Johnson, because you matter.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Mega Wadi is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
I am here at the Melford Hazel Sport Facility in Soccer Garden, and here you can see that since Hurricane Irma, this facility has not yet been repaired. You can see the damages on the lights, you can see the basketball hoops, you can see that the children cannot use this as the way it's supposed to be used. So the 1 cent per liter gasoline and the 1 cent per liter diesel is what will be used in order to bring this facility back up to par so that our youths, our children can use it the way it was intended. We are here at the Rawalele Sport Complex in Cahill, and we can see that the damages of Hurricane Irma is still visible, and all of it has not yet been repaired. I am here by the St. Peter's Basketball Court by the Rupert Maynard Community Center. Here you can see that this basketball court that is so much needed for the children still need repairs, and you can see the damages of Hurricane Irma still visible. I am Rudolph Samuel, your number 6 candidate on the National Alliance slate. I am asking you for your support and your vote in the upcoming parliamentary elections on January 9th, 2020.
One of the things I talked about in the previous election that some people said you shouldn't touch it. Now I see everybody is talking about different forms of it, but what I'm talking about is the decriminalization, for example, of the possession of marijuana. You know, a young guy hanging out with himself, bothering nobody. Do you want to put that person away for so many months, years, for something like that? Or is that something that you want to look at differently? So it's time to talk about real reform within the system, and then the training of our justice personnel. So like the prison guards, the police officers. I had the opportunity to work with the Justice Academy as, you know, somebody who was brought in. I see the potential, but I also see how it is very restrictive. The way it is set up, it is not intended right now to make St. Martiners, and when I say St. Martiners, people who live here, work here, etc., to be in charge and to be the best that they could be in the whole system of criminal justice. So you're constantly importing foreign expertise. You're constantly bringing in human resources for the justice chain. Something is wrong if you can't fulfill that here in St. Martin. So you got to look at how the training is geared and maybe change the curriculum, rewrite it in a way so that it serves St. Martin first. And then it could cooperate with, you know, anybody, anywhere else. It cannot be that our justice system And the training of our justice personnel is first and foremost linked to another entity. That doesn't happen anywhere else in the world. So why are we doing that here in St. Martin? Yeah.
Now, one of the things that dear to your heart is independence. I see you got in your family to call for a referendum.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Because it's the most democratic thing to do. If you are going to have a new stage or a new status, or you're proposing a new status, the first thing would be to consult the people. A referendum says, you know, we are asking you, the people, what do you feel about this matter? How do you feel? And what I would recommend, especially having gone from option A to option B, we didn't do C because we know how dangerous that was. And the last one was, we say, the train. So you took the train from A to D. The next thing is independence. The question is yes or no. And we want to be able to ask the people yes or no, because we know B is not working. We've come to that conclusion. You dress it up, you change, you argue, you don't argue. But B is not giving the St. Martin people the opportunity to really be themselves at their fullest. Whether it's in justice, whether it's in education, whether it's in finance, whether it's in talking to Antigua, for example, foreign affairs, you cannot be your best and your fullest right now in this option. So the question is, how do we get to D? How do we get to independence responsibly? How do we cooperate with all our partners to making sure that, you know, when St. Martin transitions to independence and eventually gets its independence, that we do so in a very responsible manner, but that the people are well prepared. And so one of the things I'm proposing is that within 2 years, let's hold a referendum after the election. But let's inform the people. Let's provide the correct information so that we can make an informed decision as a people with regard to, you know, the choices that will be put before the people in the preparation leading up to independence.
Make use of WIB mobile banking with easy access and direct usage of face recognition, PIN code, or fingerprint. Download WIB mobile banking app and make your transaction from anywhere at any time. For more information, visit wib-bank.net/quick-login.
Beats craze.
That I for sure, and as part of the anti-poverty platform, is not in favor of seeing so much capital fleeing the island, because we believe that it is something that can be put to use greatly in the economy of St. Martin. However, we understand the economic system of St. Martin, and whereby money comes in, and you know that money leaves the island. But however, we cannot stand by and look at what disgracefully is taking place in general with the consumers by these financial institutions. We witness, especially since the days of such institutions as Western Union, when they had long lines of folks trying to send money abroad, and where they were standing from early morning till in the hot sun and rain just to be able to send money abroad. This practice continues to this date. We have noticed, especially on the Kanagita Street, people are going through shameful, disgraceful situation to be able to feed their families. It doesn't matter if the person is a citizen, legal or not. We look at it from the standpoint that these are human beings that is standing there, and we come to the defense of anyone who got blood and breathe oxygen. So you're on this territory, and you're protected also by the Constitution. We took note that due to the lack of policy in the money transfer world, that over the past 2 to 3 years, that companies were shut down with issues such as licenses. Have they applied or not? But I'm aware, based on investigation done by my person, that some of these companies have sat there operating and requested license for the past 12 to 15 years and no answer because of lackluster policy by the central bank. Some were made to close their doors, laid off employees, etc., and there were not one extra license issued to these traditional companies. Have they violated the law? Then you use the law against them as such. But we haven't seen anything in that direction. What we are very concerned about is also the loss of foreign exchange that can well help the coffers of government. Because if they don't send the money here on the Dutch side, they will cross the border and they will send it on the French side. So the sooner we resolve this issue and make these companies that comply with the MOT, and they are in compliance, because I did my investigation personally and I saw where they're compliant and they're paying their taxes and they're sticking to the rules as far as what they showed me then. But what's happening here? In the meantime, while these companies here for issues of license request and non-decision making by the central bank, the consumer is being caught in between this quagmire situation. First of all, we have reason to believe that there exists a cartel between the central bank and banks on the island. These companies request bank accounts, and banks are telling them that you need to present a license. And the central bank is informing them, for them to be given a license, they need to present a bank account. So the central bank had to issue them a license on the base, and the banks are requesting them a license from the central bank to be able to open an account. So they're playing ping pong with these entities. What's happening? In between that the consumers, those that are using the services, are being abused. They're made to stand in long lines to be able to send monies abroad. They are also set up and endanger their life because they're coming there 2, 3 in the morning just to take a turn to be able to sometimes send $75 and $100 abroad or more to their families. They are being placed or put in risk of being mugged because of lackluster policies that are there, endangering them and the well-being of their family. So we are calling upon the central government, we are calling upon the Minister of Finance to put an end to this game playing and really regulate this financial transfer sector, whereby it will be a sector that will be beneficial to the people of St. Martin. It will be beneficial to government where foreign exchange is concerned, and also that we respect the human that exists in between and being caught between banks, policies, and this cartel business that is going on. Okay? So the Minister of Finance, we're calling upon you at your earliest. We know it's campaign time, but this is not campaign, this is about human being we're talking about. That policies have been put in place to protect the consumer in general. And we look forward to having a meeting to discuss these things, these issues more in detail where this is concerned. Also, from our side, we know that over the past 10, 12 years, we also requested to participate in the financial market. But because of the lack of policies, there's always a merry-go-round situation by the central bank not to issue locals, or they will find excuse for us not to participate in the financial market. We tried with cooperative, we tried with money transfer, because we believe that the people in general need to be able to freely participate into their economy. And we have proven, based on the fruits and vegetable program that I have brought to this island here, that if we participate also in the financial market, we can have an influence in it whereby will benefit we, the people. So we call upon the Minister of Finance for clarity, and then to put an end to the game playing by the central bank and banks. To put an end also that freely locals here will be able to meet all the requirements, but also to be able to participate in the financial market. Because many of us, we collectively have brought forward plan to the central government, to the central bank, whereby they gave us absolutely no opportunity, and they used quagmire situation, try to hide behind the central bank, try to hide behind Curacao, but whereby St. Martin had no stop where that's concerned and denied us indirectly the opportunity to participate in our own economy. This time around, Minister, put attention to what consumers are saying now, and also that locals will want to participate in the financial sector, and don't be protecting a few elite and handful elite in this society only, because this economy belongs to the people.